What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Little Man No Sports coming at you guys with another video today. And today we are going to be talking about other times that sports leagues have gone into complete stoppage, like we are witnessing here with the coronavirus. So obviously, this is the first time that, all the leagues have shut down, but there have been other instances where leagues have had to take breaks due to lockouts or strikes. So that is what we are going to be digging into today. So if you guys have not already, do make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button before we do get into the video. And I hope you all enjoy it, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we are going to start with the NHL Lockout of 2004 and the 2005 season. This was probably the biggest lockout before the coronavirus. Obviously, this lockout caused the cancellation of the entire 2004-2005 NHL season. And for the first time since 1919, there was no Stanley Cup champion. This was also the first time in any North American sport that an entire season had been canceled. Obviously, a major disappointment to hockey fans around the world. The main issue was salary cap again. It was Bettman representing owners and Goodnow representing the NHL Players Association. Now, if you look back at the NHL lockout of 1994-1995, it is Bettman representing the owners and Goodnow representing the NHLPA. So owners wanted a salary cap linked to revenues. The players did not want the link. Player salaries had become a serious issue. The NHL was paying a high far than average 3/4 of league revenue on salaries, and several teams were on the brink of bankruptcy. After 300 days of lockout, an agreement was finally reached that lowered guaranteed salaries to 54% of the total league revenues. Goodnow's hardline and questionable negotiating tactics caused him to resign shortly after the settlement, and the players, perhaps unfairly, were widely viewed as bad guys in the dispute. Nevertheless, the league stabilized financially after the lockout, and player salaries have continued to rise. Alright guys, now we are going to get into the 1981 Major League Baseball strike, and this one was ugly. Owners were prepared to dig in, and players were not remotely ready to back down in their gains in recent years. When an agreement on free agent compensation couldn't be reached, the owners implemented a plan that called for any team who signed a free agent to relinquish a roster player and a draft pick in return. The Major League Baseball Players Association went on a strike after games on June 11th, and games didn't resume until August 10th that year. For the only time in MLB history, playoff teams were decided by first half and second half division champions. And like in 1972, teams didn't play an even number of games. The result of that was really, really messy. So now let me give you all an example of how this was really messy. So think about this. The Reds and Cardinals finished with the two best overall winning percentages in the National League, 611 and 578 respectively. But neither of those teams actually made the playoffs. Cincinnati and St. Louis both finished second in their division in both of the first half and the second half. And because of overall record meant nothing in 1981, they were out in the cold. Cardinals fans especially had a right to be steamed. In the second half, the Expos played one more game than the Cardinals and finished 30-23. St. Louis was 29-23 and missed out by a half a game. And that's why when teams don't play in an even number of games, the result was messy. 1981, just a really overall messy year for the MLB. Alright guys, we are going to get into the NBA lockout of 2011. This went from July 1st to December 8th. The NBA begins a collective lockout of its players. The lockout will continue until a new collective bargaining agreement is reached with the National Basketball Players Association. The NBA files two claims against the NBPA, an unfair labor practice charge before the National Labor Relations, and a lawsuit in New York Federal District Court. NBA players and owners meet with federal mediator George Cohen. The NBA players reject the league's latest labor proposal and announce that the union will disband, and an antitrust lawsuit will be filed against the NBA. The NBA announces that all games throughout December 15th, a total of 324 games are canceled. Hours later, NBA players including Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant filed class action antitrust lawsuits against the NBA in at least 2 states. Let's just sit back and think about that for a moment. A total of 324 games. Now let's just say that the NBA goes straight to the playoffs. I mean, that has to be a substantial amount of games, possibly 100 to 200 games that could possibly be missed in that time. It's just crazy to think about how many games could possibly be missed. NBA players and owners reached a tentative agreement effectively ending the lockout. That happened on November 26th. So obviously, July 1st and November 26th took a while for this to happen. The NBA season was then scheduled to begin on December 25th. And then on December 8th, 2011, the lockout officially ends when the NBA players and owners ratify a 10-year collective bargaining agreement. And that, my friends, is going to wrap up today's video, guys. Hope you guys have a better understanding of the past of when leagues have been shut down before. Obviously, nothing like what is going on right now with the coronavirus, but things have happened in the past, obviously, that would halt in place for professional sports leagues. So I hope you all did really enjoy the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you guys have not already. Do smash up that subscribe button. I will be getting back to my live play-by-play reactions for NBA games when the season does start back up again. So I hope to see you all there. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Again, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next video.